So yesterday we talked about area. Today we're going to be talking about volume. All right. I'm going to try to draw the four shapes we're talking about today. Take notes, yes. So the first one is going to be a sphere. All right. I can't draw a three-dimensional sphere, but it's a ball. Okay. A sphere is a ball. Okay. Next, I might be able to do this one. We will talk about a rectangular prism. Another name for that is a box. All right. I prefer the easier, more common terms. So a ball, a box. Next one is going to be a cone. Okay. Second one you can call a box or rectangular prism. Okay. So sphere, box, cone. And then lastly, does anybody know what this one is? Cylinder? Yep. I think of it as a coffee can. All right. A coffee can is a cylinder, or I think some other examples. These are the four we're going to look at today and just learn their formulas. Okay. Let's do the box first.
Which ones are harder than
No, it's not really a thing of harder. The only thing is, like yesterday when we did area, your answer was units squared. These will be cubed because they're three-dimensional shapes. And so I'm just going to do an example on each page. But yes, the volume would be length times width times height. All right. Or a box or a rectangular prism is the same thing as a box. So let's do an example. I guess I can draw it like I did on the first page here. Okay. Okay. So let's say this one has a height of 10 feet. And then let's say this is 3. And this is 4. Let's do a decimal, 4.2. All right. All you're going to do, I do have some steps I can show you guys. The steps are almost yesterday. I guess I'll jump to that real quick. For all volume problems, at least the basic ones, you're going to do these 4 steps. Once you write the volume formula out, you plug in what you know. Sometimes you have to find additional unknown. If you look at some of the problems we're going to be doing today, if they give you the diameter, for example, a lot of times you have to find the radius. All you got to do is cut it in half, right? And then once you plug everything in, you just solve. So it's almost exactly like yesterday, except we're dealing with a volume formula instead of an area formula. Go back to this example then and just follow those steps. For a box, it doesn't matter what you label length, width, and height. Okay, it won't make a difference because the order in which you multiply these numbers does not matter. To me, though, the length would be kind of like the longest side. That's just me. You could call that the height because it's standing up. I don't care what you do. So I'm going to plug in 10 for L. Okay. I'm going to say that the 4.2 is the width. Again, it does not matter. And height 3. Again, it simply will not matter what you label what. And then we will use a calculator to figure out what that is. Thank you. Save some time. Plug into your calculator. 126 exactly?
Yeah.
Okay. What would the units be for this? Okay. All right. There's another way of describing that. Cubic feet, yes. If you buy a refrigerator, they're going to sell it to you in cubic feet. That tells you how much space you have to put in your fridge. I think like a common fridge is like 19 cubic feet or something. Bigger fridge would be 20 something cubic feet. The more cubic feet you have, the more you can fit in your fridge. Okay. Any questions about that? By the way, what is a cubic foot? Like, yeah. Okay. Let me draw you let me draw what a cubic foot is. Okay, it's a cube. A cubic foot means every dimension of the cube is 1 foot. So 20 cubic feet would be 20 of those cubes. That's what a cubic foot is. Or a cubic inch, 20 cubes. You can think of like an ice cube that's maybe an inch by an inch by an inch. 20 of those would be 20 cubic inches. Okay. Next we're going to talk about the volume of a cylinder. And I will explain this one, actually. This one might not be as straightforward as far as the volume goes. So what I'm going to do is just draw a cylinder and explain why this formula works. Okay, I know this doesn't look like a circle. If you look at the bottom of a cylinder, it is a circle. The area of a circle is what? What's the area of a circle? Somebody remember? Huh? Area? No. Area. There are 360 degrees in a circle. The area of a circle is pi r squared. Okay? If you were to take the bottom of that circle, okay, and find its area and multiply by its height, basically what you'd be doing is just finding like infinitely many circle areas, multiplying by the height, and it would give you the total volume of that cylinder. Yeah. So just imagine taking the bottom and raising it up all the way to the top. That's what pi r squared times h means. Pi r squared times h. All right, so let's do an example. I'll try to do a coffee can here. So we're going to say the diameter of this. All right, take note this is the diameter, not the radius. Let's say it's 7 inches. Okay. And the height we need to know. Let's say it's 8 inches. Believe it or not, that's all you need to know. Find the volume of this. Okay, going back to the steps I taught you, you need to write out the volume formula. So you need to be able to look at a problem and tell what kind of shape it is. All right, so I'm just going to write volume equals pi r squared times h. All right. Now, this goes back to, they didn't give us the radius. It'd be easy to figure out. So right now I'm not going to plug in the radius. I'm just going to plug in the height, which in this case is 8. So can somebody tell me what the radius of this is? Yep, this is the diameter of 7, so the radius is 3.5. Pretty much all volume problems, you need to know the radius for the cylinder, for the cone, for the ball or the sphere. You need to know the radius. The diameter, you're just going to have to cut it in half. Okay. All right, and then I will show you how to plug it into your calculator. All right, we got the pi button right here. I'm going to do a set of parentheses because I'm going to be cubing it, squaring it. And I'm going to hit the squared button. And I'm going to do another set of parentheses and plug the height in there, which is 8. Rounding, not that big of a deal. I'll just round to the nearest cubic inch. So that's 308. See that? I will zoom in a little bit so you can see. I'll plug that in. Okay. So just use parentheses when you're squaring something or cubing it. Like we've talked about before, this calculator pretty good at just doing what you tell us to do. 308 cubic inches. That's it for that one. So you mean how many cubic inches are in a cubic feet? Be 144, right? Yeah. That's another lesson entirely. There's 12 inches in a foot, right? No, you'd have to cube it. I'm sorry. It'd be in square feet. You'd have to cube 12. So 12 times 12 times 12, whatever that is. That's how many cubic inches would be a cubic foot. A lot. I was watching the Weather Channel a couple of weeks. I'm not going to get into the details of this formula, which I could. This one's a little bit more complicated to show you. I can tell you kind of how the proof works. You know, if you've ever eaten a ice cream cone or what they call slushies that come in that little paper thing, snow cone, yeah. If you unravel one, it's actually just the paper itself is actually just a flat thing, right? It's two-dimensional. The way the proof works is you kind of unravel it, find the area of that, and then go from there to find the volume. And you can use calculus, which we're not going to get into, right? So let's just do a volume for a cone. Let's do some different units here. Now we'll go back. Yeah, we'll do centimeters. Okay, let's say this is 15 centimeters. The only other thing you should know is the height. A lot of times they'll just give it to you like this. Let's say that's 22. Okay. This time we'll just go ahead and figure the radius out. What would be the radius of this? 7.5.
Sweet. What?
And then once you get that copied down, I'll have to plug into calculus. All right, here we are. 1/3 pi r squared h. Just put things in parentheses when you're multiplying them. I'm going to round this to 1296. And what would the units be? Cubic centimeters. So cm, it's the same thing. It just sounds better, doesn't it? Cubic centimeters.
No, that just sounds weird. Cubits.
So all you need to know for a sphere, or a perfectly round ball, I guess you could call it, is its radius. So this one might be the easiest as far as to solve. Let's just say this is a ball. And I'm just going to go ahead and do one with the radius since we've already done diameter so much. Actually, let's see what the radius of a baseball is. So let's find the volume of a baseball. It has a radius of 3.7 centimeters. You just do 4/3 pi times 3.7 cubed. So we got 212 cubic centimeters would be the volume of a baseball. 1 second, I'll show you.